Good evening, everyone. My microphone's a little bit too loud. Let me turn that down. Hello, hello, hello. Right, let me put it on comments. That would help, first of all, wouldn't it? So I can see if we've got people in the room. Yes, we have. Right, first of all, everyone, can you hear me loud and clear? That's the most important part. I've got to say hello. Um, Right, I'll start saying hello to a few names I can see on the screen. Hi, Kelly. How you doing? Hi, KUK Phone. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Richard. Hi, Jake. Hi, Grim Reaper. Hi, Nicola. Hi, Martin, Donna, Andrea. You're all saying yes. Hi, Grandma. Hi, Elsie. Hi, Laurie. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Donna. Now, this is the hard part for me because the names just fly up so quickly. So I'll try and say hello to as many people as I can to start off with. Hi, Roller Ghoster. Hi, Sarah. Hi, John. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Kate. Hi, Alan. Hi, Anita. Now, if you see me looking down there, not at the camera, that's because I'm reading your names, which are down there. So just excuse me for a moment. Hi, Dave. Hi, Betty B. Hi, Raka. Hi, Janet. Hi, Patrick. Hi, Sunshine. Hi, Jason. Hi, Melinda. Hi, Rosie. Hi, Joanna. Thank you all this evening for coming along. I really appreciate that. Thank you all this evening for coming along. Thank you all for coming along this evening. We've started already. See, I've only been here, 30 seconds? The brain's gone. Been a long day today in the NHS. Hi, Luke. Hi, Michael. Hi, Veronica. Hi, British Sun. Hi, Annette from Denmark. Thank you very much for joining us. Hi, Martin. Hi, English Grave. How you doing, bruv? You all right? Had a good chat with you today. Good man. Hi, Avril. Hi, Sue. Those of you that I'm going to give him a quick shout out at the start. English Grave, guys. He obviously goes around graves, but his filming is second to none. Amazing channel. Go and watch it. He's a good lad. I've worked with him. I collaborated with him. And he's such a really good lad. Go and check out his channel, English Grave. Who else we got? Hi, Paul and Julie. Hi, Zanzibar Light, whatever that is. Hi, Elsie. Hi, Julie. Right, that's enough of the hellos for the time being. I will say some more very shortly. Tonight's t-shirt, everyone. Look, we got the man himself, Brandon Lee, the Crow, of course, Eric Draven, his character name. A good friend of mine sent me that, who used to own a Gothic shop. And as usual, her name has completely disappeared out my head. Linda sent me that. So thank you, Linda. Hi, Dave. Hi, Dave. Right, yes. First of all, everyone. Right. Later on, I will be bringing Lee into it because we love Lee, don't we? Because he's only tiny and we'd like you all to see him again. And he's pulling faces at me off camera, which I can see. So I won't bring him on yet. But today, this video, this one going out now, is our 200th video. Okay, which is great. It's fantastic. So I wanted to come on and do a live, A, because I haven't done one for a while. B, it's a Q&A, so it gives you guys a chance to put a question on. So please put your questions up. Start them off with a QQQ. Hi, Maria. Sorry, I haven't said. I've got to say hello to the moderators as well. Lee, Maria, Nicola, whoever else is in, who's a moderator on channel. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate all the time and effort that you put into coming on to here and moderating the chat room and things like that. You're great. And D as well. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So thank you guys. Ian, hi mate. Hope you're well. Hope the family are good. Thanks for coming along. Hi Simon. Hi Damo. Right. Okay. So where was I? 200th video. Yeah. So tonight, in other words, I didn't have a video for tonight. I need to get out filming again, guys. I've got one for Sunday, but it's a wishy-washy one. It's not one of my favorites, but it is a good person. But I will be out next week filming again. So I promise you that I'll bring some more videos real soon. I'm just going to have a drop of water because I haven't stopped talking. When's my next day out, Patrick? Hopefully. I don't think I can get out this week. So it'll probably be next weekend. I've got a few in mind that I want to do. So yeah, that's the big thing really, is that I need to get out and film some more. Now, Lee was obviously taking the mickey out of me in the last lot of videos because I constantly had my Hammer House of Horror t-shirt on. But that was purely because I was filming 6 videos the same day. I couldn't be bothered to keep getting changed. I know it looked like I was wearing a t-shirt for months on end, but it wasn't. It was all the same day. I got up early. I went to bed late. It was a long ass day. I tell you, you can hear the parrot in the background. Ignore Rocky. Right, let's have a look at some questions, shall we? If we got some coming in. English Grave, you need to get out and about for the next 200. I know, mate. I do. Who else we got? Nicola, thumbs up for the vid. Everyone, thank you, Nicola. Donna, can you visit George Clark grave, policeman murdered 1840s in Dagenham Cemetery? I will look into his story, Donna. Sorry about the parrot. If he gets too annoying, tell me and I will cover him up. He just hates me talking when I'm in the room on my own, which I am basically because there's no one else here at the moment. Let's get Paul to 70,000. Thank you, Taib. Now, Taib, he always champions alive. I'll give him his due. He turns up to everyone and he always loves seeing a live. So, Taib, a special shout out for you, mate. Thank you very much. And I try to do them as often as I can. But you know, I'm all busy and stuff like that. Right, yeah, don't forget, guys, if you want to put a question in, start it with Q, Q, Q. The parrot will get murdered very shortly because I can hear him. What happens when you run out of dead people? I don't think that'll ever be a problem, Jake. The world, you know, people are dying every second. But in terms of celebrity deaths, I get that. I do have some other plans, some other ideas. The channel is, of course, called Unusual Things. So it's not primarily about cemeteries and dead people and things like that. I can do so much with that name, Unusual Things. And that was the plan at the start, was to go and do lots of other different things. But obviously the graves took off and it went a bit crazy. So I've stuck with it for the time being. But I will be venturing off, you know, probably about another year or so. I'm going to keep with the graves for the time being. Who else have we got? Any other questions? Questions. If you could pick one meal and one drink, what would it be? Belinda, one drink would probably be a beer, a Guinness, know me. And oh, Nicola, thank you so much. Bless you. Thank you for your donation. I really appreciate it. So kind of you. Hang on, where have we got for Nicola? Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And one drink, so one meal. Oh wow, I don't know. Probably a kebab or pizza or something like that. Real unhealthy living, me. Would you do? Will you be doing any more crime? Yeah, Tracy, I'll be doing lots of crime. I will continue with the crime. It seems to be a favourite. People like it, so that's cool. Martin Jones, you got any thoughts on doing anybody related to the Titanic? Yes, Martin, I've done two already. I did Frederick Fleet, who is in Southampton, and I did another lady. I can't remember her name now. She was the last remaining survivor, last person that was alive. Who she was a baby basically on the Titanic. But yeah, I do plan at some point to go to Northern Ireland, go and see my mate Lee, and do a whole big thing on the Titanic. I really want to. So hi Martin, thanks and welcome. I've got Richard. Are you still doing your parachute jump? Richard, shut up. Be quiet. Don't remind him. Listen. Let's just we pretend we're in a room which is big and Lee's very small, so he can't hear us, okay? So we won't remind him about the parachute jump. I know, I don't even know where this chat is going tonight, but that's how it's going. Yeah, I probably will. Um, time slips, are they real? Ian, that's a deep question, isn't it? At 7:10 on a Wednesday night. Who am I to answer that? I don't know. I can't answer that. That's a big conversation. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Jacko, hi, Paul. Are your black t-shirts in the wash? Oh, look, don't jump on the Lee bandwagon, Jacko. It's yeah, it's in the wash. It had one day of 6 videos and I will never live it down. I should bring Rocky on the live, Kelly. No, Kelly's a pain in the bum. He just sit there chirping. None of you hear anything. When you come into Liverpool, I'm coming to Liverpool, Betty, in October because I'm going to another Comic Con and I'm going to meet Jensen Ackles, sorry, who plays Dean Winchester in Supernatural. Because yeah, it will be another fanboy moment for me. I know I'm like a teenage girl sometimes, but yeah, that's how. So I will be at Liverpool, and I am aiming to do some more filming whilst there. So that'll be in October, I think it is. It's a week after the Great South Run, so I will need the break. So that'd be cool. Ray, Paul, have you thought about going to all the graves in succession of the cast of an old sitcom like Dad's Army or Rock Band? The problem with that, Roy, sorry, not Ray. The problem with that is, Roy, is that some of them may have been cremated, some of them in different parts of the world, the country. It's a very big logistical ask to do them in succession of the cast. So no, I won't be able to do it to that extent. However, in terms of getting to the cast, yeah, I try my best. You know, I've done a couple of Dad's Army ones already, and I will try and get out to some more. Spitfire Kev, hello mate, how you doing? Simon Worston's put QQQA. So the question is the answer. The answer is the question. I'm assuming by that. Well, who else we got? Hang on the screen. Diane Fowler. What's been your favourite? Do you mean in terms of grave visits? My favorite, it's hard to tell. Obviously, I'm a massive, you guys all know by now, a big George Michael fan. His was probably the most emotional in terms of, someone that I really liked from being young. Um, in terms of favorite, looking at them, there's so many. They're so weird. Like James Herbert, the author, just near Brighton. That little troll thing on the back, just I love that. I was mesmerized by it. Anything that's a bit gothicy or something like that, then yeah, I'm on it straight away. Sharon, hi Sharon. Taib, Paul, can you visit Terence Hardiman's grave? I will try to at some point, Taib. Yes, I will try and get there. Martin's watching from Burnley, his hometown. Looks like he's got a Burnley top on in his picture as well. Uh, English grave, you've got a parrot. What's his name? His name's Rocky English. Hello, Rocky. LA Colaris, is that Andy Rourke from the Smiths passed away a few weeks ago? Yes, I saw that. If I find out where Andy is, if he is buried, I don't know if he's cremated or buried or not. I don't know, but I will look into it. What's this? Sue Austin, Claire Stagpool Cemetery Pool. Claire Stagpool Cemetery Pool. I don't know what that means. Is there someone called Claire Stagg in Pool Cemetery Pool? Is that what you mean? I don't know who Claire Stagg is. So if you could enlighten me, that'd be cool. Have I done Dennis Waterman? No. I think he was cremated. I haven't heard where he is though. Sean Lewis, shout out Paul. It's like the old radio days. Samak, hi, a big fan of yours. I watch between yours, English graves, Hollywood graveyard. My question for you is: are there any graves that you wouldn't visit? Oh wow, that's a hard one. Not really. Yeah. Part of me would not go to visit people like, I know it's been the headstone's been removed, but like Jimmy Savile and people like that, because I wouldn't want to give them any publicity. However, if it was a case of that I could talk about the people that had a lot of abuse over the years and bring their topic to the public eye or into the public domain some more for their benefit, then yes, I would. But otherwise, there's not really anyone that I wouldn't go to see, to be honest with you. Um, Plunge McNugget, what a name. Where where do you people pick these names? Plunge McNugget. Oh, I'm gonna have to call my mates. I'm gonna have to call Lee that. He's a Plunge McNugget. You have visited Peter Cushing's grave. What about Christopher Lee? Christopher Lee was cremated, and I think he was ashes are in Barbados or something like that. His family took him to. Right, let's go down a little bit more. Who else have we got? Sue, hi Sue. Fred Taylor, hi Paul. What do you think about the Spirit Box videos? And would you try it? Yes, Fred. I've done lots of paranormal investigations over the years. Um, I'm not going to take this channel down the paranormal route per se. I'm going to do one or two soon. A very good friend of mine, Mark English, again, another channel. Guys, please go and check him out because he walks around the countryside and old churches and cemeteries and things like that. And he generally goes during the day when there's people there. He has more luck getting into them what I do. But yeah, Mark English, go and check out his channel. Him and I are going to do a collaboration soon. And we're looking at doing something paranormal. He's been in paranormal investigating. I've been doing it 21, 22 years. He's been doing it longer than me. So, and we're both pretty calm, level-headed. So we want to go and do something together. So hopefully we're going to bring that for you maybe soonish, hopefully, if we can. Let's have a look. Moog 37, when's the USA trip? I know it's hard to do. Re-energy, congrats on all you do. Thank you, Andy and his cats. Right, the USA trip. I'll give you guys a little update. Okay, so I set up a GoFundMe, didn't I? Which was very kindly brought to my attention by Lee because he suggested it one night in the chat room, and everyone went, "Yeah, do it. Let's do a GoFundMe to see if we can get me to the USA." Now, I set the target. Now, you guys might think, "Wow, that's high," but I set it for about £9,000. Okay, and the reason is flights, internal flights, hotels, traveling, cars, hire, blah blah blah, you name it. I wanted to cover the lot. Okay, um, obviously, if it doesn't get that much, if it got seven, I would try and do it as budgety as I can. Do you know what I mean? At the moment, it's just sat on about 750, I think. I'm going to be very transparent with it. If anyone wants to see it, you can go on the GoFundMe. You can see how much has been raised so far. So at the moment, it's on about 750. So it doesn't look like it's going to happen this year. However, if those people that donated are happy, I will leave it in the pot and then hopefully we'll try and build it up over the next year. I know things are tight for everyone at the moment. I'm not asking people for money at all. People have very kindly donated the throne backs, which I am very, very grateful for. So if that happens, it's more likely to be next year now. If miraculously some multi-millionaire come in and went boom, there you go. There's a bit of a donation. I would take 2 weeks off work and go and do it. I'd do it straight away. So that's where the GoFundMe is at the moment. So it's just literally a case of waiting for the pot to build up slowly. But I knew that would happen. Uh, what's your favourite visit you have done, Paul? I think I've just covered that car. Probably George Michael. Good evening. My uncle broke his first car of the Cray twins. I said, "What, Reg?" I said, "Nobody." Oh, joke. Sorry, I was reading it then, but it's a joke. I get it. I get it. Any luck with the final resting place of Cozy Powell? I haven't yet, Simon. I will continue to look into that for you. Malcolm, nice to see you in the Midlands port. Thanks, Malcolm. I've been to the Midlands. Well, I was all around there a couple of weeks ago, obviously filming Richard Griffiths and all the rest of them. So yeah, that was great. Can you please visit Arthur Lucan, aka Old Mother Riley? That's from Margaret. Yeah, I'll look into that, Margaret. I do still have a long list, guys, which I'm trying to work through, and I will try to get through as many as I can. A lot of you do understand, and I appreciate it that I've got two jobs. Tomorrow I'm doing a funeral for my one of my good friends' father who passed away recently. Saturday just gone, I was conducting a wedding for a couple, and I work for the NHS, and I do this. Okay, so I honestly catch myself coming back to my own house sometimes. So if you put in a request and you think, oh, it's taking forever to do that, that's why. I do have a very, very busy life, and I really try to pack YouTube in when I can, as much as I can. Um, let's come down a little bit because I think the screen shut up then. Yeah, okay, right. Sorry, Annette Walker, Norman Wisdom would be good. Yeah, I do plan to go to Norman's one day. What about famous military graves? Howard from Northern Ireland. Hi, Howard. Yeah, there's a couple of SAS ones I want to go and do in Hereford. So there's a few there that I'm keen to cover. Being ex-military myself as well, I've got a lot of respect. Obviously, you've done Lee Rigby's, and there's a couple of others that I've got in mind that I want to do quite soon. Taib, how about a meetup, Paul? Everyone in here is invited, right? It's okay. So we're all going around to Taib's house tomorrow night, and we're gonna have a good drink together. Do you know what? I tell you what I will do in the summer. If the hardest part is for me to get everyone to answer a generic location. Okay, I live on the south coast. A lot of you guys live in the Midlands or up north, and it would be really unfair if I went, "Ah, right, we'll just do it on the South Coast. Whoever's about, come around." I'm not into that. If anyone wants to meet, I'm more than happy to meet anyone. I find it weird that people want to meet me because I'm just me. But I know that I want to meet other YouTubers, so I get it. I do understand it, and I will do it. It's just a case of email me some suggestions, guys, of where you think would be a good central place throughout the UK. I don't know, maybe Birmingham or so, around that sort of middle in the area. And then, yeah, I'm more than happy to do it. I might even get English Graves to turn up, and you can all see his face and see what he looks like. He's a very handsome man, by the way. No, I won't invite him. Nah. Well, I'm just waffling on now. Scott Y, do you think you'll do any more footballers' graves? Yes, Scott, I will do. I promise. I'm trying to cover every genre that I can: movie stars, rock stars, sports stars, historical stars, scientists, people that just come up with weird and wonderful ideas. The one where I went to film the guy in Brighton who ultimately Mount Everest was named after, and he never even went there. Unusual one, but it was good. Sadly, those sort of ones don't get a lot of viewers on, which I find sad because I learn so much when I'm doing them. Paul, why don't you go to Emma Chambers' grave? Right, excuse my ignorance. Who's Emma Chambers? Am I being really thick? Is she someone from history that I should know? Sorry, Dom. Please put it in the message. Let me know who it is. Jody, hi, Paul. Finally got to a live. Thank you, Jody. Oh, I'm well behind, aren't I? Sorry, Nicola. I've only just literally seen where you thanked me for your kind donation. Thank you, Nicola. Are you still doing a parachute jump? We've had this discussion already. No, we're not, are we, Lee? Yeah, he's shaking he's nodding his head. Yeah, he's going to stitch me up. Last time I mentioned about the Church of Bones in Hive Kent. Have you had a chance to look into it? Luke, I haven't. I'm so sorry. Um, can you email me? Right, I forgot my email address, everyone. I'll tell you now my email address. So I've got 700 email addresses, right? I'll tell you my email address. And anyone got any questions on here, not questions, suggestions, email them to me, or if you've spoken to me about them already, please remind me. Right, okay. So it is, write this down or just watch it later or whatever. Unusual things 666 at gmail.com. Okay. So yeah, if you can email me, I don't want loads of naughty pictures and dirty jokes and all that sort of stuff. I know what Lee's like, right? Okay, so so if you can, if you can just put any suggestions through to there. Right, okay, let's have a look for another question. Which celeb is that behind you from Jacko? Funny Jacko, that is Jacko. No, it's that. I call him Dave. That's just Dave. He just lives in the corner there. Eileen, Paul, which sort of parrot have you got? Well, it's actually a cockatiel. I know it's not a parrot, it's a parakeet, but I call it a parrot. It just makes life easy. Uh, Maria, parachute jump for Paul. No, Maria, shut up. Right. Okay. I'm trying to get through some questions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Lee into the conversation. Okay. And I'll tell you why. Because he will see some of the questions quicker than I will, and he can put them onto the screen. Okay. So I'm going to bring Lee in. And we'll just bear with me. He's just giving me a rude sign of air. Oh, no, there he is. Are you right? Let's unmute you. Unmute Mike. Hold on, Lee. Have I unmuted you?
No, I've done it. I've done it myself, Paul. Don't worry.
Done it yourself. There he is, the poison dwarf.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate. Can everyone else hear Lee?
Cool, mate.
Yeah,
I hope
good.
everyone
Right,
can hear
okay. Lee, the reason why I put you in a little bit, Lee's suffering at the moment with hay fever, so get the violins out. Martin, no, I've not met Jensen Ackles, but I'm going to Liverpool Comic Con. So yeah, I brought Lee in because Lee will spot some of the questions, and he has the access to be able to put them on the screen, don't you, Lee? So if I miss any,
if anyone's got any juicy questions to ask Paul, interesting things as well. It don't necessarily have to be about what Paul's channel is. Interesting things like I've got an interesting thing for you, Paul.
there you go.
A question for you. Like, people have lucky charms. I've heard lots of things like lucky boxer shorts, lucky socks. Do you have a lucky item, mate? Something that you're supernatural about? Something that you consider your lucky item?
Yes, I do, and it is a pair of lucky boxer shorts. I have a pair of boxer shorts, right, that when I wear them and I'm going filming, that day is always so easy. I will find the grave straight away. I know where I'm going. I'll do what I do. The filming's smooth. There's no disasters. And on a day where I don't wear them, you can bet your bottom dollar things go belly up. Honestly, mate, I've got this one. And they're black boxers. They're just plain black boxers. They're cool. They're just, they're not old. They're about, yeah.
What the heck, Paul? So when I went working with you for 4 days, you didn't change your underwear, you tramp?
No, because it was a complete disaster working with you. That's why. it was a mad disaster. Honestly, don't work with him. Right, let's get back to some questions. Right, Belinda, I love this one. Are you going to visit the grave of Philip Schofield's career? Ooh, that's a right old chicken. Hang on a minute. Ooh, hang on.
Thunder.
You can have one. You can have one of them. Right, okay, let's have a look. Come on, let's get some questions done. Right. Spike Milligan's grave. Kathy, I've done that. It's on the channel, my love. Go and have a look. Shout out to my husband, John Green. He never misses unusual things. There you go, Donna. Shout out to John Green there. Ever had a spirit follow you home from the cemetery, Patrick? No, I haven't, Patrick. To be honest, on my visits that I do here, I don't really encounter that many spirits. Like I've said before, lots of paranormal investigations, and I have encountered lots of things there, but nothing's ever followed me home. Right, here we go. Mark Smith. How about Brian Ricks Paul? Not sure where he was laid to rest, but he died in Northwood, London. I met him a couple of times after he became president at MenCap. Really nice man. All right, Mark, if I'm honest, I don't know who Brian Ricks Paul is. Do you, Lee? And I don't mean this disrespectfully. I don't know everyone in the world, sadly. I wish I did. So sometimes when people throw like a random name at me, I have to go and look them up and see if they've got a worthy story to tell for people. And then if they have, of course, then I'll look them up. Marcia, have you been to Scotland? If so, where about? Yeah, Marcia, I've only been to Scotland once and I loved it. I went to Edinburgh, surprise, surprise, for a wedding in 2001. So 22 years ago. Scotland is on my radar. I want to look up some famous graves in Scotland. I love Scotland. I've only been there, like I say, once, and I want to do it again. I want to make a bit of a road trip out of it. So that's definitely what I want to do. Ian, QQQ, funeral song. Mine is going to be Land of Hope and Dreams by Bruce Springsteen. What's yours going to be? Mine's easy. Mine is Kansas, Carry On My Wayward Son. Again, just because I love the song. I've always loved it. And it's just got such a good meaning to me as well. Kelly, how about Jane Austen or the Bronte sisters? Yes, Kelly. Jane Austen, I will be looking at quite soon. Bronte sisters, I've not looked into actually as to where they are, but I will do. Definitely on the list there. Oh God, Lee, you're a godsend. It's so much easier having you here because
I was just going to ask you, is it easier if I pin them?
please, mate. Yeah, because I get to see people get their questions up. I get to see them. I get to answer them. Otherwise, I miss some of them as well. I can see one on the screen here. I'll just answer it while it's here. Rosie Lee, would you do any haunted buildings of Jack the Ripper? Oh, Jack the Ripper stuff like the murder sites and the amazing tour. Rosie, yes, I will do. I'm going to do Jack the Ripper victims at some point. I'll get round to them and film them or, and get them up for you as soon as I can, really. I want to make it a good one. So, Sarah, what about Murray Walker? I would do Murray Walker, but he goes, "Murray." Oh, no, sorry, that's a rubbish joke. Wasn't it?
It's
Murray
funny, we
Walker,
spoke
great.
about Murray Walker the other day, didn't we, Paul?
We
He's
did,
actually
yeah.
buried in Fordonbridge, which is not far from you.
Is he?
Yeah, he's in Fordonbridge, mate.
I didn't know that. Okay, I'll look that up.
Yeah. Well,
I'll go and see that.
Fordonbridge is what, 10 mile from you? 16?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't realise he was that close.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Murray Walker. Has he got his headstone in yet? Scott White, David Scarborough, original Mark Fowler from EastEnders. Yeah, do you know what, Scott? I've been meaning to do his grave so much. I keep seeing it and I keep passing that area, but I don't stop because I'm always busy. Blah blah blah. But I will do because yeah, great young actor taken. Well, sadly took his own life, but so young. Janet
I
Elizabeth
never knew
Colgate
he
Madge.
died.
That's her name. Sorry.
I never knew
Sorry.
he died, Paul. Is that the guy from Grange Hill?
No, that was Todd Carty. He played Mark Fowler second, but David Scarborough
All
was the
right.
original. Well, and that's why they got Todd Carty in because that young man sadly took his own life.
All
Have you
right.
ever been to the northeast of England? Janet, I have many years ago, but purely for alcohol and party reasons, not not for work reasons, not for this sort of reasons. But I will do. Paul, do you know Dan from Dead Good Walks? No, Dan. I don't know Dan. Meet Dan. No, I don't know Dan actually, but I love his channel. He's got some great stuff on there, and it's good. Again, it's a nice, different channel which I like to see. Tracy Marsh, how many graves have you done in one day? Probably when Lee and I were together in Manchester. Oh my! What did we get? About 8 or 9 in one day?
11.
How many?
We did 11 in one day, mate.
11. There you go. And I was absolutely boulder dashed by the end well, we both were, weren't we?
We started at something like 8 o'clock in the morning and we didn't get done till, what was it, 10:30 at night?
Yeah. And then we went on the lash in Blackpool. It was brilliant. Both standing there half asleep going, should we go back now?
It's your round, Paul.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, 11 then. Yeah, it was a long, long day. And then not only that, we got up the following day and we did about another 7 or 8, didn't we? Driving around Blackpool, Liverpool, all over the place, weren't we? It was crazy.
It was hectic, mate. Manic weekend.
Yeah, but good fun, good stuff. Right.
It's funny because I don't think people realise, Paul, how hard it is, mate. And I didn't. I just thought, oh, he's off bumming about in his car, stop off at a grave, say a few things, get back in his car. It is actually busting, isn't it, mate?
It is. Do you know what, Lee? English Grave and I were talking about this earlier on. And we were saying how much hard work this sort of channel, and the same as his, because he does a lot of editing and stuff, with his filming and how hard these sorts of channels are. We're not like someone, no disrespect, but like someone that plays computer games where you're just sat at home with your camera on you and filming, doing what you enjoy. This, you've got to get up, you've got to drive halfway across the country, you've got to do your research on what you're doing, film it, drive home, upload, edit. And that's all whilst around other jobs and life, if you've got family and things like that. It's crazy. It really is. But it's good fun. I enjoy it. It is good. Kelly, we should make the meetup in Blackpool and have a good laugh. Well, that's a good shout, Kelly. Because that's easy for you to come over, Lee, then, is it?
Yeah. And we've got some
unfinished in the room. He's being quiet.
We've got some unfinished business in Blackpool, haven't we, mate?
Pardon? Oh, yeah.
The one that got away. We'll not say anything, but the one that got away.
No, there's one grave in Blackpool that we had an absolute nightmare. trying to find. And it was only when we got home and we did a bit of research and got our heads together and just went mad with it, and we found it, didn't we? So yeah, we've got some unfinished filming business in Blackpool, which we will do as well. So yeah, I mean Blackpool's a great meetup, but as long as people in the Midlands don't mind driving up there, maybe I could do two, one north of the country and one south of the country. Just to
I
make it
think
fair.
that's
That I mean,
a
that's,
great idea, Paul. Like a
yeah,
meet and greet
I'm
on the
more than happy
drink.
to do that. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
just
brilliant idea.
just go to a bar, just get absolutely well. This lot like seeing me drunk, apparently, like they do on you know, what do you call it? Instagram. I promise, guys, I
Oh,
won't get drunk on a Saturday night on Instagram anymore. Right, Martin Osborne. What about doing Rick Parfitt from Status Quo? Do you know what? I've been looking for Rick's grave for a while, and I've had no joy. So I don't know again if whether he was cremated or whether he's buried. But yeah, I don't know about Rick. I'm looking into it at the moment. I'm very fortunate that I do have a lot of kind viewers, um, and people that know different things. And those of you that have sent me information before, I'm always grateful because it really does help me out. So thank you so much for that. I'm always grateful to people like that. So I've got to thank you guys. You know who you are, the ones that send me messages and stuff. Yeah, but Rick Parfitt would love to. Status Quo, legendary band. You can't beat them. But yeah, if anyone's got any tips as to where he is, that would be wonderfully received. Hi, Paul. With
Paul,
you working in the NHS, do people recognise you? That's from Janet. Not whilst I'm at work. They don't. I've had people while I've been out and about shopping or in Greg's. I had someone notice me, and again, I spend time with people if I can. If they're there, they go, "Oh, hi, I recognise you." I want to know about them more than telling them about me. I want to know why they watch, what they enjoy, and all the rest of it. Odds and Windsocks. Hi, Paul. How about Stan Laurel House in Ulverston? Where is Ulverston? Is that northwest somewhere? My brain's saying up Lancashire sort of area. Is that way? If it is, yeah, I'd love to. A friend of mine has been and done like a Stan Laurel done a trip, sorry, up there. Elizabeth Samways, Anne Lister. Oh, hang on. Lee, I've missed that one. Oh, we're
oh,
changing
which
that.
one? Which one?
The previous one. Anne Lister, was it? Sorry, Anne.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
He's so keen, isn't he? Look, he's an eager beaver.
And I've
Trying to
got
get you
it.
through. Andrew, hi. Cheers again for meeting my stepson. You made his day. Thank you, Andrew. Great to meet you and your stepson. Where's the camera? There it is. Great to meet you both. And I'll probably see you again when I'm going to the gym because Andrew literally works opposite the gym. So yeah, I'll see you again real soon. I'm sure I will. Can you do Bruce Forsyth's grave? I believe Bruce Forsyth was cremated and his ashes are put under the theatre, but I will go and do that theatre at some point. Yes. I'm well behind on the questions here. Sorry. Guys, just keep persevering. If I miss your question, I promise we'll try and get back
I
to it
was
when we can.
trying to find that one, mate.
That's all right.
And I couldn't-
If
oh,
she can
there.
put it again.
Found it.
um,
I found it. Sorry,
There we
guys. I
go.
was
And Lister from
scrolling through.
Gentleman Jack fame. Now, I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. Um, is Gentleman Jack, is that a TV show from years ago? Is that a little bit? I'm usually pretty good with these sort of things, but is that a little bit before my time? I can't remember. But yeah, if you could elaborate somewhat in the comments, that'd be great. Thank you very much. Dan Lynch. Will you visit Queen Elizabeth final resting place? Right. For those of you that don't, if this was the major, mate. Right. For those of you that don't know, I'm going to tell this story. English grave. I don't know if you've heard this, mate, or not. I got proper stitched up here.
That's why I'm
Um,
laughing, Paul, when I read that.
and honestly, if the major's watching, the man that says he was a major, you're a complete buffoon, mate. Honestly, you really are. Anyway, everyone, listen in, right? Okay. The Queen Elizabeth one. I had a message from a guy that said he was in charge of the security at where Queen Elizabeth is buried, of course, and Windsor Castle. And he said to me, "I can get you in. I can get you to film actually in like where her headstone is. Not underneath where her actual body is, but where the headstone is. You can cross the rope. You can go and film, do your bit. Blah 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 blah." And this guy was proper. Me and him had a 45-minute conversation on the phone. I'm ex-military. I know my military terminology. he was coming out with some good military terminology as well. Lee's obviously ex-military as well, and he was coming out with some good stuff. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, uh, I arranged to meet him outside Windsor Castle at 5:40 or whatever it was on this Friday morning. But I had to give him my personal details, obviously for security reasons, to get into the premises. Okay. So I gave him all my personal details, name, address, telephone number, blah, 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 date of birth, all that stuff. Yeah, I know the score. You need all that information, especially if he's going to get me as a pass into Windsor Castle. Right. The guy's legit. He's ringing me up daily. Yeah, yeah, it's all go ahead. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, the night before at 2 a.m., when I literally get up, I have an email there. Hi, Paul, we can't do today because Joe Biden at the time was in Northern Ireland. We can't do today because Joe Biden's flying over into Windsor Castle. So on a Gmail, he's giving out security information like that. Hang on a minute. What? As soon as I told Lee, he went, red flag. Run like the clappers. Me, I like to try and give people the benefit of the doubt. I went, wow, Lee, you don't know. He might contact me later on, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I didn't go that Friday. The guy emailed me and said, right, we're going ahead with the Saturday morning. Come up Saturday morning, same thing. Get here for 5 o'clock, blah, 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 blah. Yet again that evening, I get a message. Oh, it's a no-go. We can't do it, blah, blah, blah. Complete radio silence. I hear nothing from this guy whatsoever. I try ringing him. I try emailing him. I try everything. And just disappeared up his own backside. The problem is what was convincing about it was in the background was a woman going along. I watch your channel, Paul. I love it all the time. This is supposed to be the major's wife, who's obviously in on the act of the bullshit that they're throwing at me. Yeah, I watch it all the time, mate. Whatever. So I'm thinking, well, yeah, if his wife's watching it, it's legit. It's all, yeah, it's cool. Anyway, it turned out not to be. I reported them to the police in terms of identification fraud, because that's what it is as far as I'm concerned. They've got all the information. They've got the phone number, the emails, and that sort of stuff. And I've just left it at that. So, Major Buffoon, if you are watching, that middle finger goes to you. And if anyone knows him, please pass that on. Other than that, what was I can't even remember what the initial question was. Am I going to see the Queen? No. But I will. No, you're not allowed to film in there. But I will try and obviously go to Windsor Castle and do a big thing about it anyway. But there you go. That's my rant over. I have to get it out because I haven't really said too much publicly about it. I had a little something about it earlier on before where I mentioned it. But that's the full in-depth story. So if that guy and that woman are watching, just be proud of yourselves because you're a complete buffoon. You really are. Yeah. But there you go. Hey, on to the next question. Thank you very much. Look at Lee still trying not to laugh. Maria, please don't forget to add Imogen Hassel. Oh, I've added her, Marie. She's on the list, Maria. I will go to see her real soon, I promise. Yeah, beautiful woman she was. Amazing. Right, there we go. That's the rant over. Sorry about that. Where else we got? Yeah, that's it. Paul, if I won the lotto. Oh, Simon, if you win the lotto, pay for me to go stateside. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Why don't you ask fans to send you videos from outside the UK? The reason is, Dave, is because with my channel, this is not an ego thing or anything like that. I want to present my channel the way I do it. There's other channels that get people to send their information in, and I don't want to be copying another format. I've set my format now, and I've sort of got into a little swing of it. So I don't really want to have. We were going to do something when Lee went to America because he was supposed to be going to see Elvis's grave, and we were going to do a little bit of a backward and forwards. But other than that, I really want to be on the location myself if I can. But it's because I've worked with Lee before. He's a friend, and a lot of you guys that watch, him, you've seen him in my videos before. So that I was pretty cool with. But in terms of getting people to send them in, I want to keep it with the format of my personality and all that sort of stuff. And like I say, please don't take that as an egotistical thing because it's not. It's just a way that I like to film things. Will you visit the grave of Reg Presley from the Trogs? Sean, now I think he was cremated actually because I looked into his the other day. I think it's in Basingstoke, isn't it? But I'm sure he was cremated. I don't think there's an actual grave there because I haven't seen one. Who's that? Uh, duh, 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 duh. Will you be coming back to East Anglia from Richard? I will do at some point, mate. Yeah. I want to go and do. I'm going there in November actually to a friend of mine's sister's runny eggs in the house. Okay, okay, sausages. That's because that's all he likes to eat. But yeah, hello, Ronnie. You all right, mate? Thank you for coming in. Appreciate that. Um, can you see Roger Moore from 007? No, Kieran. He's in Monaco, but I've went to a grave that has his name on it, which was his stepdaughter's. What about a night with Yvette Fielding? No, I'll leave that to her husband. Best famous graves you have been to? That's a tough one. There's so many. I for some reason, I love James Herbert, the author. His was great because, like I said, the little gremlin thing on the back, and I loved Rod Hull. I was a massive fan of Rod Hull as a kid, and I just loved going to his grave. It just seemed really, I don't know, uh, welcoming, really charming. Um, would you do Stephen Gately's grave from Westlife? That's from David. Yeah, of course. If I find out where he's buried, I think he's got to be in Southern Ireland somewhere, Republic of Ireland somewhere, hasn't he? Surely, I'd imagine that's where he's buried. Um, how about Vern Troyer? Yeah, Vern Troyer, Mini Me from Austin Powers. Yeah, of course, I'd love to. Chris Cox, Dennis Waterman was cremated at Reading. Yeah, I thought so. Um, Bum, 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 bum. Did I just see Sharona? Hi, Sharona. I always want to sing that when I see Sharona. Sharona, again, another little, what was I talking about? Little, blah, blah, blah. Uh, another lovely person. I don't know if you are little. Are you little, Sharona? I don't know. I don't know if you're tall, little or not. But I love another lovely person. Has a great channel. Go and look at Sharona. She does great visits as well. Evening, Paul. It's Nico from Western Supermare. Neil Jill Dando's grave. Yeah, that's a emotional one, Jill Dando's grave. Where else have we got? If you see any more questions, Lee, chuck them up, mate. Why not
What's
do
been your
grave?
most emotional visit so far, Paul?
My most emotional visit? Wow. Probably the Sower murders, the two girls. That was tough, man. That was real tough. I know that the Moors murders were tough ones. That was emotional. Any kids, Sarah Payne, any kids' graves I find really emotional. Um, I know, I keep it together on screen, obviously, but inside you're heartbroken. You're just like, how can these people exist on the planet that do this sort of thing? Jamie Bolger, another one. How are
Oh,
they
that was
about?
terrible.
It's awful, wasn't it? It's
When we did James Bulger, Paul, that's out of the old weekend I spent with you. That think
it was
that
tough.
was the worst, mate. That was hard, mate.
Yeah, it was a tough grave to do it. And even well, you come with me to Lee Rigby's as well. Another young man. I know he's not a child per se, but he's someone's son, and the way that young man got killed was awful. And that was quite emotional, wasn't it? Lee Rigby's as well.
Yeah.
Um, Tracy Marsh. There is one person's grave you'd love to visit but haven't yet. Yeah, the man's on my t-shirt. Brandon Lee, Bruce Lee's son. It's my number one go-to grave that I want to go to. He's obviously buried with his dad, Bruce Lee. But yeah, The Crow's one of my favorite films, top three films, easy. Massive Brandon Lee fan, so yeah, he would be my go-to. How about Norman Collier? He's in Malton, East Yorkshire. Yeah, when I'm up that way, oldies, I will do. Yeah, Norman Collier, funny guy. I used to like him on telly. Michelle Thompson, will you be coming to the Northwest? Yes, I will do. I'm going to Liverpool to Comic Con in October, and I've got plans to spend some time up there whilst I'm there. Paul, would you ever consider in future taking us all on a ghost hunt? Jesus, Maria, could you imagine trying to get 200 or 300 people in a room on a ghost hunt? Right now, can you all be quiet? It would be fun. It would be great, but you'd have to find a massive, massive location, and everyone would have to be really quiet. If there's a small group. D, have you ever uncovered some unnerving, sinister facts about any celebrities you've covered on your channel? Oh, that's a great question, D. Have I? Have I? Have I?
Good
Oh, do
question.
you know what? I have. I've been told things, but it's stuff that I haven't researched. It's a case of I've been there and someone's either messaged me or told me something, and I'm like, wow. I'm just trying to think who would be the most. I can't. The thing is, I can't say because I was told under strictest confidence, really. Um, I'll think about it and I'll try and word it somehow so we all get what I'm on about. You know what I mean? Sarah Ram, was there any grave that touched you the most? Probably, like I just said a moment ago, all the child victim murder victims, the Moors murders, the Sarah Paynes, the Soham girls, the ones in Brighton, the Babes in the Woods. Um, Lee Rigby again. All of those were tough graves to visit. How about Alan Clark from the Hollies? Now, I did look into him in the past. And I can't remember where he was now, but for some reason I've got he was cremated, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But if anyone's aware differently, then yeah, please feel free to tell me. Um, where are
Paul,
we?
you've
This
had one. You've had one asking which is your toughest grave, your most emotional. Which has been, I know this sounds quite weird on the flip side, but have you been to a grave that's been joyful and that's brought a smile to your face that you've enjoyed visiting?
Do you know what? As sad as it was, I would probably say Paul O'Grady's. I know it's only really recent, and I was there like so quickly afterwards. But Paul O'Grady was his energy on telly was amazing. It was just so full of life and so bubbly and so. And do you know what? Just going to see his grave, um, just felt a real honor for me. I felt like he was there, if that makes sense. I really did. I think that Paul had this energy which was just thunderbolt, and being next to his grave. So, and again, some people going, "Oh, it's a bit too soon," but when is the right time to go and see someone? We did it respectfully.
I've
Everyone
heard
seemed to
this
love it.
question. I've heard this fired up, Paul, about he did that too soon, or he went to visit Paul O'Grady too soon. I totally disagree, mate, because we know how everyone in this chat hopefully will agree with me. We know how good you are at these graves. You do such an amazing job. I'm not kissing up your ass, by the way, but you do an amazing job, and everyone will agree that. I'm happy that you did it so quick because you getting out there and being the first to do it is doing a good job of it. Because if other people went first, I don't think they'd have done as good a job and it would have been as respectful as you would have and would have butchered. Do you know what I mean? It wouldn't have been a great video. And we all trust you to come up with good quality, mate. So I'm glad you did it as soon as you did, mate. Just for
Oh,
that
thanks.
reason that you got a quality video out, a tribute video out as soon as you did, mate. And I hope everyone
Yeah.
agrees with me there.
No, I appreciate that, mate. That's very kind words for you to say. But yeah, it was a highly charged visit. Do you know what I mean? It was just. I know I talk about energy a lot, but I'm a great believer in how I feel with energy and things like that. And yeah, it just felt strong emotion, but it felt positive. It didn't feel dreary and horrible. And out of all the graves I've been to see, it was almost as though his was that explosive one. It was like you're there, you knew you were at Paul O'Grady's. Uh, Tayi, Paul, have you visited Elizabeth Seidel's grave in Highgate Cemetery? Oh, can't remember off the top of my head. I went to Highgate over a year ago. Most of the time, I can't remember yesterday, so I probably did. Whether I've put it in my video or not, I don't know. I can't remember, but the name rings a bell, and I'm sure I did, but I just can't remember off the top of my head. Um, will the Maria, will you shut up? Will the jump you're doing, Paul, be live streamed so we can watch? Right, Maria, shush. Uh, Sarah, Paul O'Grady would have loved that you were happy in his presence. Oh, thank you, Sarah. English Graves, bottom of Paul O'Grady. Yeah, thanks, English Grave. Well, I do, honestly. Paul O'Grady was, thank you, Dee. Really appreciate your kind words there. That was amazing. It was such a great, lovely place to go. It really was. I really enjoyed it. Jack A, what's your dream job, Paul? My dream job. Wow. I don't know. Before I got into radio years ago, it was working in radio. As you can tell, I feel really happy with a microphone, set of headphones on. I'll sit here talking nonsense all day long. It doesn't bother me, and I quite enjoy it. And sometimes I enjoy that moment where I'm locked in a booth on my own and I'm talking, but I know lots of other people are listening. Well, I got one listener anyway. So yeah, radio, but I don't know. Dream job. I suppose when I was in the Air Force, I'd have loved to have been a pilot, but I'm too dumb, too old, and too slow now, so that wouldn't have happened. But yeah, probably that. What's going on now? Would you prepare to visit the Philpotts graves in Derby? Yes, Robbie, I will do. Again, another sad one with the I think 6 children there, isn't it? So yeah, I will do. Well, me on the screen, right? Duncan, any plans to visit Barnes Wallace of Bouncing Bomb fame or Guy Gibson of the Dam Busters fame? Yeah, of course I will.
That's
They're not on my
one of
list
my
yet.
favourite films, that Paul, Dam Busters.
Dam Busters. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's a great film. And yeah, of course I will. At some point, again, I will get round to them. There's just so many guys. There is. It's like when people say to me, "Are you going to run out?" And I'm like, "Well, not yet. I will keep going. All the time you guys keep watching is all the time that I'll keep, and all the time YouTube keep blooming paying, but they keep dropping it like that. But there you go. That's YouTube for you. Who else have we got here? Have you done Captain Tom's Grave, Jason? No, I haven't yet. We were going to do it, Lee and I, weren't we, Lee? But it was
We
so
were
far
so
north.
close.
Yeah, and the timings were just unreal. But that was the day we did the 11, was it? So we couldn't get it.
11, and we was coming round to Blackpool, and he was north by 43 miles, so that was an extra 86 mile, and it was
Yeah.
like, I think it was gone 9:30 at night, mate, and we just...
Yeah, we had done so many hours driving and everything else. Samantha, hi Paul. If and when you go to the USA, whose graves will you be looking for? Well, like I said earlier on, Brandon Lee, Bruce Lee, Carrie Fisher, of course, from Star. Oh God, there's so many. Carrie Fisher, Laurel and Hardy. If I can find Christopher Reeves, I know it's a bit of a mishy-washy one. What's the Judy Garland? Was the Oz, that was, wasn't it? There's so many. John Candy. I wouldn't know where to. I'd be like a kid in the candy store because there's all these great stars out there, and I would just love to see as many as I could. Really, I really would. What's this? Forever Kiwi. Have you ever visited the resting place of one of your heroes? Yeah, George Michael, Robin Gibb, of course, and the Bee Gees, both tremendous musicians. Great. In terms of films, all right, let me put it this way. Comedy heroes as a child, Tommy Cooper, and I've been to his, amazing in Eastbourne, and that is such a sad little headstone. He was cremated in London, and his ashes interred, and it's just the headstone just looks awful, and it's just so sad to see it. And again, that was thank you to a viewer that got in contact and went, "Do you even know it's there?" And I went, "No," and he told me exactly where it was. And I still went in there, couldn't find it. Still walking around for half an hour, but I found it in the end. And yeah, but Tommy Cooper, yeah, great one. Here goes Maria. Will the jump you're doing, Paul, be live streamed so we can watch? No, because I will die and it will be death streamed. There you go. Lee's just loving this, isn't you, Lee? Maria,
No, I'm going to
shush,
film you. We're
stop
going to jump
encouraging
together.
him.
I'll have my camera on filming you.
Shut up. All right. Tracy Marsh, I love the Peter Cushing video you made. Thank you, Tracy. Really appreciate that. Who else we got? What we got here? Jenny, don't you start as well. Rosie Lee, what a name. Would you visit Aberfan? That's a really eerie but peaceful place. Is that how it's pronounced? Aberfan? Aber would be 2 B's, wouldn't it? Aberfan. Where's Aberfan? Is that in Scotland? Don't know. Anything that's eerie, I'm there. Like a rat up a drain pipe.
Can I just say something, Paul? I've only just realised there's a massive lag between the conversation you're having and the comments coming up.
I know, there is.
I'm still seeing, and I've only just realised this, I'm still seeing comments saying, agreedly, and I'm thinking, what you're agreeing with me for? And it's about the Paul O'Grady's. I was scratching, what are you agreeing with me
also,
for?
You're not used to people agreeing with you, so it's a good thing.
I know. I can't believe it. I agree with it. I'm scratching my head thinking, what are you agreeing with? I've said nothing, but it's just about what I said about Paul O'Grady.
I've just scrolled down, so I've caught up. Nicola, would you visit Derek Bentley's grave? Yeah, I do want to do his, Nicola, because it's such an interesting and sad story. Yeah, I know all about that story, Nicola, so I am going to go and film his at some point. How long have you been making these videos? From Donna, about a year now. When does that? February.
Just over a year, Paul.
A year and a
monetized just over a year, mate.
Yeah, but I started in February 2022. Yeah, I keep hearing that English, Fred Dibner. I didn't even know who he was until I had to look him
Oh,
up. But apparently, Lee has massive ones over him, don't you, Lee? Look at him.
Fred Dibner is a legend. He's in Bolton, mate. His
Uh,
grave's in Bolton, and he was a pioneer of the he was a steeplejack, mate. He's the most famous steeplejack in England, and he's legendary because he never used ropes, mate. And he used
yeah,
to climb the ladders, go in the pub all afternoon, get tanked up and back up. And these things are like 300 foot high, mate, and he'd just be running up and mate. And there's a lot of
sounds
stuff
like you.
on YouTube about him. And his grave's
Yeah,
in Bolton, mate.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I've heard so much about him, and I keep getting asked about him. What's your true, honest presumption on the burial of Princess Diana and her real resting place? My personal belief is that she's not on that island. This is me, English grave, by the way. My honest belief is she's in that church where I went. That's my personal belief. I've had so many messages. Oh, here we go. Going back to Dee's question earlier on. See, I remember about things that haven't been disclosed. I had so many messages from different funeral directors, different service personnel, telling me information, and I put it all together, and it was just linking up, and it was almost as though that whole episode of her going down there had more positives than what it did on the island. But again, we're all going to be under hearsay until we know what's what, don't we? But that's what I've heard. And from all of the information I got from different people that didn't know each other, that's the way it appears to me. So that's what I honestly think. English. So yeah, but again, it's never for me to say. It's for people to come to their own conclusions. What are your thoughts on the haunted house 30 East Drive? I want to go there, to be honest with you. I've seen lots of videos on it. My mate Mickey went there and done a YouTube video. If you like paranormal investigations, go and check out Mickey York. He's a great guy. Um, he's got a great YouTube channel, and he's a honest paranormal investigator as well. Yeah, so I think it is. Yeah. Well, I don't know if I think it's haunted. I think there's something going on there, but I'd have to go there myself. That's what I'm going at. I'd have to go there, but I want to go there. Yeah. D, would you consider visiting the graves of the last woman, the last man to be hanged in England? I've done the last woman. I did hers. I forgot her bloody name now. Oh God, Ruth Ellis, wasn't it? I did hers last year. I don't know who the last man to be hanged was. But I will look into that. It probably is in there somewhere, floating around like most things that I think about. But yeah, I will definitely look into that. Jenny, when in Northern Ireland, you should visit the grave of a Lurgan lady that died once and was buried twice. Yeah, I've heard that story actually. I'd like to do that. Do you know anything about that, Lee? As that's
No,
your
we're not far from. I live about 40 minutes from Lurgan, mate. So we can
yeah,
do that.
so
No
that's something that
problem.
we can look into when I come to see you. Paul, you've been to Bob Moncas's grave? I haven't. I think he was cremated, but what a star he was. I'd love to, if Bob Moncas had a grave, I'd love to visit it in a heartbeat. Oh, here we go. Aberfan is in Wales. It was when there was a landslide. Oh, onto the school, of course. Yeah, Rosie, how did I forget that? Of course it was. Yeah, sorry. I'm so sorry, my love. I have so many things going through my brain. Sometimes they disappear. Yes, Aberfan, of course, the school disaster. Yeah, I'd love to go. Out of respect, of course, to the poor kids that passed away. Um, Mark Kenny, will there a visit to Michael Jackson's final resting place? Well, yeah, if I get to the States, of course, yeah. How can you avoid Michael Jackson? It'd be one of those ones that you'd have to do, definitely, wouldn't it? So yeah, of course I would. So who else have we got? What's the most peaceful grave you've been to? Peaceful. Hmm. Wow, that's a tough one really, because there's a lot of them which are quite calm and quite chilled, you know? I can't think of the top of my head one in particular, but there's quite a few of them that are quite just like mellow and just quite chilled and things like that, which is great. So that's good. Um, who have we got here? There was last two men hanged, Gwynnie Evans and Peter Allen were the last executions before capital punishment was ended. Okay, thank you for that. I will look into them. Definitely. Oh, yeah, Christopher, if I go to the States, Dudley Moore is well up there, but I think he's on the East Coast. I think he's New York side. Scott on tape went to see Dudley Moore. I'm a massive Dudley Moore fan. That's why I went to do Peter Cook's in the UK because obviously Derek and Clive, I thought they were amazing together. But I love Arthur too. Great films. Um, would you visit? Would you visit John Lennon's memorial? Janet, I went there when was I there? 2003 and 2005. And in 2005, I think it was the 25th anniversary of his death or something like that. And I had an American news crew come up to me, shove a camera in my face, and say, I was there purely on holiday with my ex girlfriend at the time. They said, "Are you here for the John Lennon Memorial Day?" And I was like, "Yes." And they went, "What's your favorite Beatles tune?" And my brain just went blank. I couldn't, even though I was standing on something that said Strawberry Fields, I could not think of one Beatles tune whatsoever. And I've got a news crew on me, and I'm going, that's a really tough decision. And my ex-girlfriend's looking at me going, "Well, I thought you always liked Strawberry Fields." I mean, that's the one. So yeah, blagging it at the highest order whilst you're on American telly. But yeah, I've been there. I would love to go back and film. I love New York, so I'd go there in a heartbeat, of course. Jack A, can you give my wife Tammy a shout out, please, Paul? Hi, Tammy. How you doing? Nice to see you. To see you,
Hi,
nice.
Tammy.
Hey,
Hi, Tammy.
Granny Annie. Oh, Granny Annie, I'll find out if Bob Moncastle's buried. He's from my hometown. Yes, please, please do. Are people still interested? Are we still going? Are we still, should we do another 10 minutes? We've come up to 8:05. Is there still people in the room? Are you still enjoying the chat? Sorry, Paul and Lee, I have to go now. Oh, Nicola, thank you. And thank you once again for your kind donation. Bless you. Look
Thank
after
you,
yourself. Thank
Nicholas.
you very
Speak to
much.
you soon.
Yeah, take care, love. Sarah Mulligan, keep up the good work. Oh, I missed that. Where are we? Where are we? Thanks, Paul.
Right,
Appreciate
everyone
it.
in chat. Right, everyone in chat. Put in chat if you've got a funny, lucky item. Paul's like what I asked earlier. Does anybody have any like superstitious items, like a lucky pair of pants, socks, or anything? So if you've got something lucky, put it in chat. Let's look at what you've got that's lucky or that you're superstitious about.
Yeah, come on. Let's see your lucky. I don't want to
And
see a picture of your
put
lucky
it
knickers, though.
up.
Lee, do you have anything lucky?
Yeah, mate, a stuffed crocodile.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, TL. Yeah, thank you, mate. Please keep going with that. I'm bang up for that, mate. Thank you, Martin. Can I have a big wave to my partner Paula that doesn't miss an episode? That's from Marky. Hi, Paula. How you doing? Nice to see you. I'm off. Can never get enough of these chats. Okay, thank you, Lady Stardust. A small crystal cube. That's from Kathy. If anyone has anything lucky, send it to me. I have no luck. Maria, you can have Lee. His name is Lucky Lee. And there was a question went up there then. Who's that from? Was it Debbie? D, sorry. Apart from the anonymity you caught at the graveside, have you caught any more paranormal stuff on camera? Not whilst out filming this sort of stuff. I haven't. When I've done my own stuff before, I have, yeah, which has been cool, but nothing here.
What?
So yeah, we'll look into that. I pulled out a
Taib,
Tesco's carrier bag from a horse's
what
bum.
was you doing with the horse? What the heck? Taib,
Yeah.
what's going on?
I thought the horse would have gone to Sainsbury's personally. I don't know what he's doing hanging around Tesco's, but Taib, I don't want to know what goes on in your life. Horses and Tesco's and things. What else we got? Questions or lucky things? Paul Schwab, I've got a ticket to ride. I've got a ticket to ride. Good lad. Black cat ornament. That's from Janet Rosie Lee. Yes, I'm here. Taib, yeah, we've seen yours. Jack A, my granddad's ring. I feel safe whenever I've got it on. That's cool. I love things like that. Christopher Dale, stuffed crocodile. Love that. William, hi Paul. Hi Lit, William. Nope, nothing superstitious except for my old next door neighbour. There's his. What the hell's that? Is that
Dennis.
real?
Yeah, it's a stuffed caiman.
Did you actually do that yourself?
Caught it barehanded and everything, wrestling with it.
Steve
And that.
Irwin over there, look. I've got a lucky pair of Y fronts
I
that are nearly 20
thought I was
years.
really macho, mate, and then it's about 2 foot long. I thought it was going to be something like 11 foot, and that I was wrestling with, and it's 2 foot, mate. He's called Dennis.
No, well, can you get Hawkwind's lucky pair of soiled boxer shorts and put them down the crocodile? Tracy, I have a lucky teddy bear that my son bought 19 years ago. Oldies. Mark Ronson's. Mark Ronson. He's in Hull, by the way. Guy Gibson is in Holland. Oh, Mick Ronson. Sorry, I thought he was going to say Mark Ronson. Say he's not dead, is he? He's a musician. English Grave hoodie will always bring you good luck. Oh, look at him selling the merch on there. Go on, English Grave. Oh, Lee's off now selling his merch. And of course, you're on the Unusual Things channel, so you can buy mine on all great record stores and some rubbish ones too. Sean Adams, there's a memorial garden in Basingstoke Crematorium of Reg Presley's grave. Oh, is there, Sean? Good. But there's actually a plaque there or something, is there? Something that you can see. It says Reg Presley on it. Because if there is, I'll go and do that. Would you go to see Morecambe and Wise? Yeah, I think both of them were cremated. I'm not sure where their ashes are. I'm not sure if there's any memorial plaques for them. I will look into them. Richard, your chats are great, Paul. Thank you. Maria, I won't have any new fleur de lis in my house. Lucky Lee. D Taib, face purple, crying. He's disgusting, D, isn't he? He's like a horse's ass. Eric Morecambe is under his real name in Hertfordshire. Is he actually buried there, English, or is he just cremated? There's a memorial garden in Basingstoke. Yeah, I've seen that one. Thanks, Lee. Nah, Paul, I'm just winding you up. So I'm only joking with you, mate. It's cool. Taib, I know your jokes, mate. Would you go to see Morecambe and Wise? I'm just waiting on English to come back with if there's an actual burial plot. I've got Ronnie Cray's toenail clippings. Shush. You haven't, have you?
What the heck?
Do you have a ghost in your house of Ronnie Cray turning up? We have to dig his body up and set fire to it. It's like, blooming out, man. What's going on? That's freaky. How'd you get all of those? You have all these adventures to cover. Have you ever considered a break with a holiday? English, I work for the NHS. We don't get paid enough. No, I am. Honestly, I want to get a break in July. I want to go away for a week. So
Wow.
Paul, I'm going to try and get away.
Got to be the oldest cat I've ever known. Maria's got a black cat that's 22 years.
Wow.
A cat that's 22 years old. Wow. That is old.
Is that in the Guinness Book of Records? It needs to be. It needs to be. Thoroughly enjoy your videos. Thank you, Marcus. Rosie Lee, would you do Tick Turpin? Yes, I will. Is that someone texting me? Yeah, I will do it at some point. Tick Turpin to be an interesting one. Hang on a minute. Sorry about this. I just got to answer this text. Right, here we go. A little potion bottle with a message in it. Message in a bottle. Love watching your videos, Paul. You are so easy on the eye. You can go to Specsavers. Fix that. Get that sorted. Thank you, though. So I'll take the compliments. Very kind of you. I have a Hand of Life necklace that belonged to my mum. Oh, that's lovely, Anita. Will you visit the Godfather Arthur Thompson's grave? I don't know where that is, but I will look into it. I have Michael Hutchins' bottle of Evian water. He gave me at last UK gig. Oh my God, Maria, really? I went to see them down at the Portsmouth Guildhall in '93, I think. In excess. Yeah, so didn't get his water bottle. Elizabeth, have you thought about doing the Essex Boys' graves? I will at some point, Elizabeth. The problem is it's been covered so much at the moment. There's lots of different channels doing it for different reasons, which is fine. You know, we all have different points of view looking at it, and I will do it and go and put my interpretation of it on there. But I just haven't got any plans for Essex in the immediate future because I've done quite a bit up that way recently. But when I do, I will go and do them eventually. Hawkwind, how about finding the two members of rock and roll band Shawaddy Waddy that passed away? Yeah, I will do them at some point. I know where one is definitely, but I will. There is a memorial garden in Basingstoke. Yeah, okay, I just saw that, didn't I? Yeah. She's a house cat. Is there any underwater you would like to visit? Any one underwater you would like to visit? What you talking about, Willis? Anyone underwater? Oh, Lee, get Lee down there. He's an underwater frog, man. That's his channel English. He's the underwater guy. Lee, are there any dead underwater celebrities that you would like to visit?
Underwater? Well, the only one, and I keep looking for you, Paul, because I like to do a bit of research for
I'm
you.
not underwater. I'm not dead.
Doc Cotton from EastEnders. There's a bit of speculation, and I did hear a bit of research, mate, that there was arguments with the family. Her request for she wanted to be buried at sea, and her
Yeah,
family don't. Her family didn't want that, mate. I think from reading up, I might be wrong, but that's what I read. And nothing's come out yet, whether she has been buried at sea or she's been buried or cremated. There's nothing out there yet, mate. And what was her real name?
don't know.
Who played Dot Cotton? Somebody will know. We'll have some
Who
EastEnders
played Doc
fans.
Cotton?
Yeah.
Oh,
I know her name. It's just gone. Boop.
yeah, I know. I can see her in my head.
June
Doc
Brown.
Cotton.
That's it.
June
June
Brown.
Brown.
Yes.
Mm.
Would you go and do anyone from on the buses? Yes, Tracy, I will do soon. D, where is Dick Turpin buried? Yorkshire way, I think, isn't it? Is he up Yorkshire way? I think so. This was that Winger, whatever it is. Your channel's great. Keep it up. Thank you very much. A knot of wood. Oh, that's what you keep as your good luck thing. Oh, that's cool. Have you thought
Someone
about
says the
visiting?
Titanic, Paul.
Sorry?
Someone's saying the Titanic, Paul.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, all day long. English grave.
That's
Eric
going to
Morecambe
be a
has a name
treat for
back
you,
on
or
the
that,
church.
mate.
Yeah, we'll sort that out. Cheers, English. Appreciate that, mate. Got Sir Tom's more. I haven't done Sir Tom more yet. No. Hi, Paul. Sorry I'm late. Hi, Anne. We'll be finishing in about 5 minutes, Anne, but you can go back and watch it all again if you want. Paul, what about Joe Meek's grave in Gloucester? Yeah, that'd be. I can add that to the list at some point. I will get there. There's so many to do. What do you do in the NHS, Paul? I work in a community physiotherapy team, so I help people that have had falls or trips or hip replacements when they come out of hospital, and I help them with their physiotherapy. Have you thought about doing the Essex Boys? I've just seen and answered that one. Paul, are there any famous animals? I'm getting tired now because my words are just all falling into one.
Sorry,
Famimals.
Sarah. Sarah says, Lee, can you stop sniffing? I was out in the garden, Sarah, and I live in the countryside and I'm surrounded by fields, and all the farmers are out cutting the grass and doing all the silage, and my nose and my eyes are busted. So I am sorry. I suffer bad with hay fever.
I know. We'll let you go to bed in a minute, Lee. Anyway, as I was saying, Fanimals could have so slipped into something else. So that means I'm tired. Right, okay. Anthony Wilson's grave is opposite Leslie Downey's grave. Oh, is it? I didn't know that. Hi, Paul from Liverpool Love Channel. Have you ever visited famous footballers' resting places? I've done a couple. Have I? Yeah, I think I've one or two. I will do some more soon. Yeah, I've done Ray Wilkins, Hugo Ekiog. I think that's his name. Yeah, it is. And who was the first player that played for England? I can't remember his name now, but I've done his as well. Bum, 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 bum. Let's keep going down. June Brown. Oh Christ, I'm well behind because everyone's coming up June Brown now. Right, guys, we'll do 2 more minutes and then we'll knock it on the head.
Do you remember the famous footballer we tried to do in Manchester in the same cemetery as Leslie Ann Downey, and the security guard got mega anal with us?
That was the manager, Busby, wasn't it? Matt Busby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had security trying to throw us around. Trying to. They were useless. Come on,
Telling
against
us
us
it
two
was
Herberts.
we couldn't film in a public cemetery and it was illegal and he was going to get the police on us.
I just went, whatever, crack on, mate. We'd already got our filming done by then, didn't we, Lee? And it was
Yeah.
raining. Right. I think there. Oh, hang on. What about the graves of UB40? I think there's only one or two of them that have passed, haven't there? I don't know. I will look into that though. There's quite a few people, sadly, recently that have passed. And I would go and cover as many as I could, obviously out of respect. But it's a case of just finding out where they are is always the difficult part. So it's great. Right, everyone, thank you so much for joining in this evening. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for your questions. Thanks for putting up with me and him just talking rubbish for a little while. It's been great fun. I've really enjoyed it. And we will endeavour to do another live soon. Hopefully Lee won't mind coming back for a little bit. So thanks
Paul,
everyone that's still in the room.
I just want to say, mate, I think it's on behalf of everybody else as well. I know myself from having a YouTube channel how hard it is, and I want to congratulate you, mate, on your 200 video, and also
Thank
on
you.
your success, mate. It is absolutely amazing. I first met you, I think, how many subscribers was you at when I first met you?
672.
Yeah, it was 670. Oh, you remember? That's good.
Yeah, yeah, I
And
know.
I've
Yeah.
just watched you grow and fly, mate. Your content's got better. So I just want to congratulate you on your success, mate, because I know how hard YouTube is, mate, and you deserve every bit of what you've got, mate, because you do work really hard.
Oh, thank you for that. And yeah, thank you as well, Lee, because Lee, you do help me behind the scenes. People don't know, but you always come up with suggestions for me and saying, "Hey, mate, think about this, that, and that." And it's good to have another brain that thinks like mine, is eccentric and a bit bonkers, and helps out. And to again, everyone with all their suggestions and just their comments and thanks for watching. That's the most important part. That you just continue to watch. As long as I get viewing figures, that helps me get paid, which helps me go out and make more videos. And ultimately, that's what we all want, hopefully. I'm prepared to put in the time and the effort as long as I've got the finances to cover the job. And all you have to do is just sit back in your armchair and watch. Thank you once again, everyone. Good night. We will see you
Please hit
all real soon. Take care.